Folks, what is happening? And welcome back to season 2 of the Punchline podcast. Hope everybody's had a good Christmas. We have been absolutely flat out, but we'll have a load of good guests lined up for season 2 on actually the viewers' request. So looking forward to getting some of them in and getting a wee sit down with them and a bit of a chat. Kicking things off today, I am pleased to say I am joined by none other than young Jamie Graham. Jamie is a young boxer who has lived and breathed boxing since he was a kid. He comes from a strong boxing family and has built an impressive amateur career, winning titles from schoolboy right the way through to elite level. His impressive record of achievement looks something like this. You're a national under-18 champion, Ulster elite champion, 6-time County Antrim champion, 5-time Armagh Downs champion, 5 times NI boy-girls champion, 4-time Halloween Box Cup champion, 2-time Wexford, Celtic, Emerald, Neilstown, Manchester and Irish Universities champion. He has also represented County Antrim 8 times. He has represented Ulster 4 times and obviously represented Ireland twice. He was a World Youth quarter-finalist and he has travelled all across the UK, but also to places like Italy, Denmark, Romania, Montenegro and America. Your amateur record is an impressive one. 100 fights, 82 wins and 18 losses. After all that, he has now entered the pro ranks and recently announced that he'll be turning professional, signing with Conlon Boxing. So today we're kicking season 2 off and we're going to talk about his journey so far, the sacrifices behind the scenes and what the future holds. Jamie Graham, welcome to the Punchline podcast.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. I'm absolutely... Look, whenever I seen that you had announced that you'd went pro, I know your dad quite well and I know your Uncle Paddy well as well. So whenever I'd seen them, I was like, no better man to kick off season 2 than young Jamie, just with a recent announcement and stuff and kind of keep a bit of momentum going. Buzzing to turn professional?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just see what the next chapter holds.
Absolutely. And
Sport and stuff.
it's a complete lifetime dedication and sacrifice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before we go into the pro stuff, we're going to go right back to the start and give everybody a bit of an insight into where it all started for you and how we've got to be to where we are today. So why don't you start by telling us a wee bit about your early life and where you grew up and how it all began?
Well, I grew up a road, so Twinbrook, Lagmore, that sort of area, and I was always in the club. My daddy just started coaching the club when I was maybe about 4 or 5.
Okay.
So I was always in the club, always running about in the club, swinging on the bags, never really training. And then maybe by the time I got about 8, maybe that's when I started training, but before I was just
in the club?
Just in the club.
Running mad?
In the club, fighting anybody and just running mad, and then had my first wee club show when I was about 7 or 8. And from then I just that's all I wanted to do.
The rest is history.
That's all I wanted to do, sparring, fighting, box.
Yeah. And that is a key thing, isn't it? Because like with some things with boxing clubs, you do see some kids come in and they're kind of sometimes through in there because mum and dad just want to break for a wee while, and then you do get the other special talents like yourself who genuinely want the box. They're not interested in the, as you say, all you want to do is kind of spar and stuff. Not interested in anything else. Get me in. So your dad started coaching in, was Clonard, still Clonard Boxing Club, yeah?
It was the old club, but it was still Clonard.
Yeah, and that was that started by your grandfather, or what's the linkage there with Clonard?
They were looking to do something in the community in Clonard, and they didn't know whether to do a GAA team or a boxing club. Mm-hmm. And then they said they'd boxing club, and it was my Uncle Patrick and Jimmy McGrath.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
They started it up, and then my granddad came in, and then the club was down and out, the cutting thing, and then that's when my granddad stepped in and helped out and sort of became the boss of the club, took over.
Yeah.
And then my dad was still boxing at the time, so he moved from, he was at the Mac. Mm-hmm. He moved from the Mac and joined Clonard, and he was the first sort of boxer to box for Clonard.
Okay, very good.
The new club. And then I just went from there.
Just went from there. And we'll talk about your grandfather and stuff coming in to take over the club. Your grandfather was a boxer as well? Professional?
Professional.
Yeah. And what was his kind of history and record and stuff? And what impact did that have on the likes of your dad and your uncle fed down into you then?
So my granddad would have won everything when he was an amateur. I think he won about 3 Ulster senior elites and 3 Irish senior elites, and he went pro, and he wasn't given what he should have been given, the opportunities, and especially with the troubles going on at the time. He was a pro boxer, but he was training twice a week.
Yeah.
Enough, 3 times a week if he was lucky.
Yeah.
And he was going away to these countries on his own, Ghana, South Africa, Australia, on his own, fighting anybody he could fight. To be honest, he should have won at least the British title. Like he didn't get what he was given, and I think that sort of wanted him to push his own sons on more. And I know they wanted to box. My uncle Patrick boxed till he was right from the start. He was about 18.
Yeah.
And then my daddy would have started a bit later.
Okay.
He didn't start boxing until he was about 14, 15. He was in the club when he was a kid, but didn't really start boxing until he was about 14, 15. So I don't think that really. I think I probably still would have boxed if it wasn't for it, but it definitely does. Push me a lot bit more.
It pushed you on. And it is mad to think like how, especially the times have changed, but even thinking back to kind of at the time when your granddad would have been a pro, even your uncle and your dad kind of coming up in society kind of at that time, very different to kind of how life would have been sort of for you growing up, I would say. Things settled down a lot. What were you like as a kid? Fully energy. What was school like?
Rough and always wanted to fight, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just full of energy and just wanted to do anything and everything. Played every sport, done everything in school, and just wanted to do everything. Done very well in school, and but all I wanted to do was just sports and run about. And
what school did you go to?
My primary school was Christ Redeemer. It was called. It was just around the corner.
Okay.
And then secondary school, I started in St Maltese, and then ended up in St Mary's.
Okay. Very good.
Finished there, so.
And did you play any sports like the GA, the hurling, football, rugby, anything like that for like school teams or anything? Or
I tried my hand at everything. I played football and GA in primary school. Then we went to St Maltese, I done a bit of rugby, and I was still playing football and GA at the time for the Emmons. And then St Mary's, I was sort of old enough to where I was only boxing.
Yeah.
I think when I had about 12, 13, just packed everything hats in and was just boxing.
And it was just boxing from there. So as you say, you went into the club at 4. Obviously you can't competitively box till you're 11.
Yeah, I was 10.
But you were 10. But in them kind of years from getting in, just running about the club, a lot of experience built up, a lot of kind of knowledge looking around, and but so you went in, you started the box, but kind of at 12 was when the penny sort of dropped, where you were sort of like, I'm not doing nothing else, I want to box.
Well, 12 would have been the first time I got down to Ireland. I got down boy 1, went down boy 2, and I boxed somebody that wasn't as good as me, but because I was not training properly and all, and never making weight because I was doing all my other sports. I was about this size and he was about that size.
Yeah.
So first round I couldn't even hit him, and then by the time I get around it, I should have won the fight. Like I was far better on him, and that sort of dawned on me. And for me, it was just I wanna.
And that was that a complete shift then in your whole attitude towards?
I just wanted to win. I just was just doing boxing for the fun of it, but then from that, I just wanted to win fights. I didn't want to go in and just I wanted to win.
Because kind of during around that kind of boy 1 sort of time, the All Irelands is the pinnacle, isn't it? Like down at the All Irelands, and you kind of, especially whenever I boxed, it's like now really too. You've got one shot at it, and then it doesn't come around again for another year. So and was the mindset for you? In fact, we'll not even go into that yet. We'll touch on this. Can you remember and talk to me through like your first fight? How was there an excitement around it for you? Were you nervous? Was it like? So
my whole boy 1, all before I got in the ring, I was always sick before I got in the ring, just from nerves. Always sick. First fight I was down in somewhere around Oma maybe. And I fought Sean Duke. I fought a couple of times. Sean Duke's good. Like, fought him my first ever fight, and I won 4-1. I think I won. And I shouldn't have even been the weight. I should have been the weight below. Just done the weight and I beat him, and that was the Ulster Novices, I think, and I was still 10 at the time. The way my birthday fell was a bit later, so still 10 at the time, and I was beaten in the semi-final by someone who was really the weight. And then I think after that was the real Ulsters. It was the only novice competition I've ever done.
Yeah.
Ulster novices. For me, it was just open boxing.
All open from there on in. What weight did you start at initially?
31.
31.
Yeah.
And the weight you should have been was
29.
29, yeah.
But I went to 129.
Yeah. I know. We actually have a kid in here at the minute, and that's the conversation I'm having with him. He boxed in the wee Antrims there, and he was 31. But I'd sort of said I had actually had the same conversation, ironically. It's like, kind of neat, you're just a bit small.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of neat.
No, but I was better off in 31 because 29 would have been a harder weight, to be honest, at the time. So 31 was probably better for my development anyway.
Yeah. And throughout your development, what was the change in the shifts in your weight? So you went...
So I boxed 31, 33, 35, 37. 37 was boy 3. Didn't lose all season. Was an 18-0 that season. And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I missed out in the Irons, and I believe I would have won them that year.
Yeah.
And then I came back in boy 5, 46. And then 46, 48, 51, 57. And I was finished 60.
Yeah. Very good. I remember, I actually think too as well, it was before COVID. It must have been that year you ran undefeated, but I remember we hadn't long got the club opened up.
Oh,
and we were up. We used to come up for sparring and stuff. Yeah. I remember you were only a wee nipper then, like, but you always did have something about you. Even in, like, I used to have a wee giggle as well, like when I used to go, even in your swagger, like how you used to walk about the club, but even at the shows, you know. But it was definitely always there. What during that kind of boy 1, even the kind of boy 5, boy 6, what tournaments would you have went into and maybe like kind of felt like the pressure's really heavy here? Would that kind of been your All Ireland stage?
I never really felt that way. I know when I was younger I was always sick when I got in the ring, but it wasn't. I don't think it was because of pressure. I never really felt any pressure on me because really nothing to lose. And you look at what I've won, and you know what I've won, but it was never. I never thought if I could beat by this guy or miss, and so always just go in and do my best, and that's all I can do.
And that's all anyone can ask for.
All I ever wanted to do was kind of perform.
That's it.
So if I lose, I lose, but I wanted to go and do my best. I'd rather get in performing a bit than get in, box crap and win.
Well, that's it.
So
100%. And that is always the thing. It's like if you come out knowing that you've done your best and that you literally could not have done any more, like nobody can ask for any more than that, really. When did you get the call up to box your first time for County Antrim? County
Antrim, I think I'm probably the youngest ever.
Right, okay.
I think I was about 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah, because there was a Greek team over, and they were down the Saints, and my dad had a couple around for sparring, so I went around to watch. And the head coach's son was there.
Okay.
And he was around the same sort of age, a couple of weights heavier. So I sparred him, and Harry Cunningham, rest in peace, at the time came over and says, do you want this on the bill? So it's probably the youngest ever to box in France.
Class.
8 or 9.
And that's we should actually flip and try and look into that there to see. That's something.
It's weird.
That's something for the board.
But that Greek boy who I boxed ended up being in my weight in the World Championships.
Okay.
But we were on the opposite side of the bracket, so we never met.
Never
that
got.
Would have been a funny one.
Yeah. How do you think that one would have fared? I think I already know the answer. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He got beat. It's funny as well. He got beat by the silver medalist on that side draw, and I got beat by the gold medalist on that side draw.
Flip me.
So who knows?
What was that experience like?
Some experience.
Good.
Just being in around all the different countries and different cultures, it was mad. Like it was like, see, especially where we were staying, it was like a big college dorm. It was like a hotel, but it was all these hotels together and like one big campus.
Yeah.
So you just seen all the other countries around about and training and everything. It was class.
Yeah, and whenever you get picked for like to go away to these things and stuff, like especially there to them championships, are you kind of in your mind you always have the objective, so is that kind of like a sense of completion or a sense of, right, this is a means to an end, I'm going to push on like, so you get the World Championships, box ticks, you know the way some people can feel like, oh, like this is as good as it could possibly get here for me? Or,
I wanted to come home with a medal. Told myself going over, before I went over, I want a medal here, I want a medal. And I got to the quarter final and I was beat before I got there.
Really?
Just watching your man and seeing him, and I just had myself beat, and I came back to the corner at the second round and said to Liam, I could have won that there, like. And I went out and every round was 4-1. I think they beat up, but was beat fair and square, and I do believe if I had won in my right mindset, I could have
Yeah.
won that fight.
And that's kind of, while social media is a good tool, it's a double edged
Yeah.
sword, really, isn't
The
it?
guy
It's
he
like,
was fighting was no good. Like I would have stopped him, but he was just doing all these wee movements and making himself look better. And just thought the way I was performing compared to the way he was performing at the time,
Yeah.
I'm no match here. I don't want to go out and embarrass myself and have myself beat.
yeah.
But
Did you kind of were you kind of more on a negative in that sort of fight, or just reserved, or?
I don't know. I didn't feel it boxed any way different, but it was sort of you need to sort of get in the ring thinking you're gonna win,
Yeah.
or else you're not. You're not. So it was weird. Once I got to the third round, I really went for it because I realized I could have won, and I do believe I hurt him near the end, but I just couldn't
Yeah.
get it. So there it goes.
Yeah, it is. It is sometimes the way it goes, and again, it all comes down to your mindset as well, doesn't it? Like, how do you feel like boxing has helped kind of shape your mindset for throughout life? Do you feel that you can kind of marry the two in terms of dealing with pressures, dealing with different things that you would face, like you're signing for the pro, going in front of the cameras, that wee bit of nervous energy? Do you feel boxing's kind of helped you?
I don't feel like it would help me for this sort of thing and cameras and stuff, but I feel like I walk into a room and I'm a lot more confident than I would be
Yeah,
if I never box.
because you know you could take everybody out with like a 1-2,
Not
1-2
to do-
here.
It's not even to do that. It's just to know if anything happens, I can defend myself sort
Yeah.
of thing. And you do get that sort of confidence with yourself and you know that you can.
Yeah. You've travelled the world, so I've actually flicked back a page here to have a bit of a look. All over the UK, but Italy, Denmark, Romania, Montenegro, and America. Talk to us a wee bit about them. Like, where was your favourite place to go on them trips?
Definitely America the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that with the Bridges Beyond Boxing?
Bridges is class.
So
One
that's,
of the best trips I've ever been on.
for those that don't know, about the Bridges sort of program and project thing. It's like you're out there for 2 weeks. Is that
2
right?
weeks, yep.
And you box in different
So
states.
the first time we went to Boston, Cincinnati, and Detroit. So I was busy.
Yeah.
You were everywhere. But the second one I went to was Boston and Buffalo. So we
Okay.
got a lot more time to do our things and
Yeah.
experience it and
Bit of
I definitely
sightseeing
thought
and
that
stuff and-
yeah, I definitely thought that was the better of the two. But it's a brilliant trip.
Yeah.
Any boxer should be wanting to go on that trip. It's the
Yeah.
best trip to go on.
Yeah.
No pressure with it, and you just go and you fight and enjoy yourself.
Go fight and enjoy yourself, and that's it. It's class. I've followed them from near enough they've started. I always thought it was a really good initiative and stuff, and then they in return bring the boxers back here as well,
all
don't
the
they?
Americans come here. It's like you don't go and stay in these hotels. You go and stay with real families and meet new people and friends. I've still a guy I talked to this day from Buffalo,
Yeah,
and the same they come here and stay with families, and it's different.
brilliant,
Like it's
isn't it?
class.
Yeah. And it is a completely different way to do it, and I think it's a lot more personal doing it like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, as you say, you're making
You meet
friends,
new
you're staying
people
with
and meet
families,
friends, and yeah.
class. What about Italy, Denmark, and Romania? Were you you went out there with County Antrim or Ulster?
I
was it?
went to Italy twice. Once was Ulster and once with Antrim. The Ulster one was my first ever trip. And funny enough, Paddy Gall, who's on the card, was the coach.
Yeah.
And was in my corner at the time, so it's weird how things work. But that was my first ever proper trip.
Yeah.
First one. And then the second time in Italy was the end of 2024. Was against Rome.
Yeah.
Which was alright. But the first one was against the Italian national team, and it was a tough test. And it was, I think, about 14-2 or something to beat us. Robbed everybody blind. Me and one other one.
Yeah.
Everybody was robbed blind. Like, it was.
We had a kid from here went out with County Antrim actually, to Italy, and it was sort of the same story. It was, I actually
He went
think
with Sean, didn't he? He went with Sean Gray.
I think he maybe did.
Was that
Yeah,
Naples?
it was Naples.
Yeah.
And they ended up pulling the whole thing. Like the coaches and stuff that were in charge were like, nah.
They were near doing that in Rome the second time because one of the fights, your man was intensely low blow, headbutts, throwing him to the ground, and the referee wasn't giving nothing. The referee was taking points off our boxer, and it was near called off, but we boxed on, and you don't get the decisions, but it's all experience, isn't it?
Yeah, no, well, that's it, and that's what you have to put it down to, don't you? It's just down to experience and thing. What about Romania?
Romania was a weird one. I was a training camp of the Ulster team,
Uh-huh.
but it was sparring every day, and there's a language barrier, and it was weird because we've got a coach on the Ulster team, Bogdan from North Down, and he's Romanian, so
Yeah.
when if Bogdan wasn't there, that trip wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But so Bogdan held the trip together, and we got some good sparring. The girls got no sparring whatsoever. The girls got, I think they were sparring developmental team or something. They only come in once and sparred them for about 30 seconds, and that was it. So
Flat me.
they sparred most yourself, but me, I got good sparring, like, but the other didn't really,
Yeah.
because I'm around the average sort of weight. There was
And that is the problem. Like while female boxing.
And then there was a Kazakh team there, but they were all the same weight, so they were all just sparring scat. Nobody else sparred the Kazakhs but scat. So it was weird. It was.
But
weird,
it's mad
but
how
it was good.
when they're putting that stuff together, and then do you know what I mean? They know who's coming out from Ireland and whatever.
But Ireland was told it was the Romanian under-23 team, and the Kazakh, an area of Kazakh under-23 team. So Ulster were going here thinking this is going to be class, but half Romanian team was under 18, half was under 23, and then all the Kazakh team was like in around my age and Scott's age, but they were all around the same weight, so no one else really got sparring them.
Yeah.
They're all mostly 55, 51s, and then one big heavy bit.
Yeah.
That's what they brought.
Flip me.
But it was good. I got good sparring and enjoyed the trip.
How long were you out there for?
I think that was a week.
A week. Yeah. Class. Do you get to see much of the countries when you're out there?
Well, where we were in Romania wasn't really much to see. It was just, but Italy and stuff, yeah, and America as well. America, I've seen Niagara Falls and stuff, and
Class.
it's good trips. Like
I went to Italy just more for like a bit of a city break. It was actually the first kind of like holiday I sort of had in years away from the boxing. I went to Rome, like absolutely loved it, and done the Colosseum and all. And
we went to the Colosseum and stuff.
There's an energy about the Colosseum. I don't know if it's just like the fighters will get
Did
it,
you
but it's
go
like
into it?
yeah.
Or? No, we didn't. We never went into it. We were just outside it sort of. But
So look at this, right? And you can verify. I'm talking about this now and getting goosebumps. So like people that would know me know, like every time I was over there and I walked past or went into the Colosseum or touched it, I got like shivers, right? But we got a tour and we got taken down into the Hypergeum, do you know, under where the floor would have been, so where the gladiators and everything would have been having to wait. And I kind of came away from the group a little bit. They were all kind of listening to the tour guide and stuff. And I just kind of had a wee moment. I was like, flip me. Because you could kind of hear people walking above you, do you know, on the floor a wee bit. And I was just like, thinking of now and like whenever you used to fight and stuff, sitting in the changing rooms, you can kind of hear the roar of things sometimes outside, and you've got that wee bit of a buzz and that thing. Like, just how would that have been feeling down there?
imagine that for Emmons waiting to go fight the Lions and all.
But this is the thing as well. Sometimes they're down there not knowing what they're going up to face. Are you going up to face, as you say, the Lions? Flipping, are you 1 against 6? You know, mad. But I don't know. I felt a real buzz like off the Colosseum whenever I was there, and if I was offered to go back there again tomorrow, I would go in a heart. I would pack my bags now. I would be ready to go in a heartbeat. Keeping with the amateurs, a big crowning moment was the Ulster Elites.
Ulster Elites.
And that was quite a recent one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at this time last year.
Yeah.
Won the same weight my granddad won it, so it was a big thing for the family.
Again, yeah, and a nice moment for the family as well. What was preparations like going into that? How were you feeling going into it? And at that point, was conversations of, right, we get through this and get the win here, I'm going to turn over? Or was the pro game still kind of off on the horizon at that point?
Well, the pro game's always sort of been in the back of your head, and it's always going to be around, and the preparation was a lot better, you know, because you have that buzz of first elite fight, first elite competition, and I think that was probably the fittest I've ever been in my life. We went in and performed really, really well and got the win, and there was a big crowd there, and I really enjoyed it, and a big moment for the family. But it was funny. I was seeing the paper, the guy that sponsored the fight, can't remember his name. He's one of my sponsors' uncle or something. And he sponsored the fight, but they put in the paper that it was me and my granda. No present me the trophy.
Right, okay.
My granda went nuts. It was so funny, and he was trying to ring the paper and all to get it changed.
Get that changed. Too late. There's thousands of copies out and whatever. Was your granda part of the camp for that? Was he?
Not really. He would go around and talk to him and he'd give me advice and stuff, but he doesn't really bother with the club no more. It sort of annoys him that he can't do what he wants to do and help people. So
yeah,
it just
okay.
doesn't really bother.
Did he come to the fight? Was he in attendance at the fight? No. But I'm
He
sure.
watched it online and stuff, but
Yeah.
he wasn't there.
And your elites was they were held in Girtwood.
Girtwood.
Yeah. And who did you box in for
Casey Walsh.
Casey Walsh in the final. Very good. And I remember that. I think Jack was up doing photographs and stuff like that. And I remember watching it. And who else was the one? That was the year Scott boxed as well, didn't he?
Scott got a walkover in the final.
Scott won the
yes,
semi-final. That's right. He got won the semis and then got the walkover.
Blaine Dabbins, I think.
That's right.
He was a good win. He's about 30.
That's right. I actually, because I think I was away. I forget where I was, but I remember watching it on the stream. And then Jack was kind of sending me stuff back and forth. But you were always gathering a crowd, and there was always definitely a pull whenever you were boxing. I remember even at the cadets, we had, I think it was the boy 1 to 3 or boy 1 to 4 maybe, down at the cadets. But the seniors were running at the same time in the stadium over the same weekend.
Right.
And we all had come in and the talk. And
the under 23s were at the same
that's right.
time. Yeah.
And the talk was, wee Jimmy Graham's boxing. The talk in the stadium was that.
Yeah.
So we were able to get sorted. I was like, I hope we actually have a bit of time to go over. And which we did. I remember going over and watching you there. That was a flipping. Was that the semi-finals or the finals?
Well, I don't know. Did I win or did I lose?
I think I can't.
I lost in the semi-finals.
I thought it was a tough fight.
The
semi-finals it might have been.
Just a stale matchup. Just too accurate for me.
Yeah.
Cameron, he's brilliant.
You were toe to toe the whole.
And no, I thought I done well in the competition. 1-2 fights.
Yeah.
Beat by the champion, and to be honest, that was the real final. And
yeah, I know it was definitely.
And yeah, I thought I performed well. 1-2 fights. Beat the world bronze medalist, not the world bronze medalist, and done well in the tournament. But just big small margins made the difference.
Yeah, I remember because it was over in the old high performance.
Just see my eye after it was out about there.
Yeah.
Yeah, rolling clash of heads and clash of heads. Off
yeah, just a clash of styles, isn't it? Yeah, and that is the thing. Sometimes you see, he's dirty with the head. You see it in the pros and you hear them talking about it, but it's actually sometimes it's not intentional. It literally is just it's the opposite stance. It's just a clash of styles, isn't it? I'm going to ask you a question, because I think there always is one, isn't there? And obviously you have a good long road ahead, and we're probably going to revisit this question in another couple of years when you're contesting for major titles, and we'll bring you back on. But throughout your journey from schoolboy right up to the elite level and the pinnacle of amateur sport, what fight do you feel changed you the most, if any?
Probably my boy 5 Irish final. Beating the 3-2 split. I won 2 rounds and still lost. Thought I won the fight handy. The sailor of the fight was the last round. I won 4-1. The one judge that didn't give me the round said the fight. Mm-hmm. And that was a loss. And I was finished. I wasn't boxing no more. And I talked about this in my last one. JP Hale texted me. Big messages, and it sort of spurred me on. And so that fight was sort of a turning point. Mm-hmm. Where boxing wasn't so much as it was more serious. It became more serious, and a lot more went into it, and I think that was sort of a turning point.
The turning point.
Career, yeah.
It is the thing with amateur boxing, isn't it? Like there sometimes.
I'm not taking anything away from the person.
No, absolutely not.
Decision, but
absolutely not. No.
I do believe I won, and it's just the way it goes.
Yeah, and unfortunately we do see it.
Fault, you know.
Unfortunately, we do see it happening, in amateur boxing, don't we?
A lot of the time, yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that. So, yeah, but while while it can be so good for the mental health, and what you push the positivities in it, there is wee moments like that are crucial building blocks. And it is literally, you're either going to go one way or another, aren't you, with it? But you say JP Heal text you, and that was a changing point for you. In what way?
Just, I was finished, I didn't want to do it no more, and it was sort of, he related to me in a way, and he'd been in the same sort of situation, and seeing someone at the time who was just back from the Commonwealth Games doing so well, and just made me just want to keep doing it and push on and push through them wee struggles, bumps in the road and stuff.
Yeah, and you do get them, don't you? Yeah. There's a lot of them, an awful lot of them.
Now JP beats me up. And
I was going to say, you were now they seen you up sparring JP not that long ago. I seen somebody had posted it. I don't know if it was you or JP posted it. You were up sparring, and that's good. And he's giving you the rounds obviously for
some puncher he is.
Yeah, no, he is. There's no doubt about it, and he's another one that has kind of that. It's a fan-friendly style, isn't it? It's like he turns up, take guard, and he's going for it.
Just wants to fight. He gets in there for a fight. That's it.
Yeah, when you watch him, it's like near enough every punch he's throwing. Every
punch he throws, from the first punch he hits you to the last punch he hits you, same power every time.
Yeah, it's
like he's hitting you with his own hand. That sort of feels like.
Yeah, and he's literally everything's through with intent. Sheer intent.
Even his jab, he's trying to knock you out with a jab. Everything's to hurt.
Would he be the hardest hitter that you've been in with? Or yeah,
I'd say so.
Yeah,
he's definitely up there. He probably is the hardest.
Yeah. Have you ever? Who was the first one that you were in sparring, and you maybe go in and go, no problem, and they catch you, and you sort of have that wee jeepers creepers. Wasn't expecting that. Have you ever had any of them wee experiences?
I don't know, because when I get in the spar, I'm always thinking I can get caught here.
Yeah.
I don't want to take a chance, but. I think probably my first sort of surprise. I think. Don't really know who really surprised me first. Maybe my mate Dan.
Yeah.
He's my best mate now, but at the time we weren't really very friendly, and I'd watched him boxing and went, he's not great, like he's sloppy but when I get in the spar, I can't hit this guy.
Yeah.
And then by the time I ended up getting him, and now he'll tell you himself, I beat him up. He joined our club now. And but at the time, he really shocked me. Like just couldn't get near him at the start.
I remember, I'm bouncing back and forward here a bit, but I am just thinking back now as we're talking. I remember around, I think it was the Ulster Elites. I'm near sure, but I think it was at the semi-finals. Did you box a kid from North Down? Was it the
that
kid?
Was the final? Casey Walsh.
That was the final. I was there for that one then.
Yeah.
I was there for that one, and you just marched them. Yeah, and because I remember sitting. I think it was your uncle who was talking to you after it, and I was like, flip me, because I hadn't seen you in a wee while then. And then the last time I saw you were on the move, boxing lovely, and then this one you were waving him, come on.
I know Casey well, and I spar Casey, and I know Casey's a brilliant technical boxer. If you stand there and let him, he'll box ahead of you. So I knew I had to
just
be a boss and go and get him. So that was the game plan.
I remember I had a couple of giggles like during that fight, because you were kind of, his back would have been to us, you were would have been facing where we were, and there was a point I think you caught him in the body, and you walked a couple of steps with him, and you just nodded and were like, come on, and you were ripping again. I was like, oh, class.
I look back in that, feel like a bit of a wanker because I was doing that, but I sort of had to. I had to draw him in, and I was sticking the tongue out, and I had to draw him into the fight. But
and again, different things sell, don't they? And I mean, if you look at Prince, I recently went to watch that movie about Prince Nazim. Now I would have watched Prince Nazim when I was a kid growing up in the 90s, but I mean, like, he done stuff too. But it was his whole. It was his whole thing, and it's what sold him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But no, I do. I remember that one. There was one of the fights I remember watching on the stream. I can't remember what that was, but it would have been that year then. Obviously, you won it with Casey Walsh, yeah. I was there. We had a whole load from the club went up. We were all kind of sitting in the first two rows.
Yeah.
And it was a brilliant scrap, like. The idea, you say, for turning pro has always kind of been there.
It's always been about. I've sort of had that style for it.
Yeah.
And then I got to the time then I'm old enough, physical enough. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do it, let's do it. You know.
Yeah. And what was the conversation like with your dad and the uncle and stuff to go right here? I'm gonna.
And my dad sort of want me to stay
Yeah.
for an hour away and have a go and try and contest Commonwealth Games, but it was set in my head, and then I was gonna stay and do these Ulster Elites and the last ones there, but a week before I got sick, real sick, and got the flu, and I missed out.
Yeah.
So I went, if I missed out anyway, just let me go now, and
Yeah.
I went. It's because I wanted to do it. I didn't do it because of that. Because I wanted to do it.
Yeah. No.
And the time was just right.
That's 100%. I remember. I can't remember where we were, but your dad was saying, he was like, Jamie's kind of hinting here, maybe talking about turning over and stuff. And I actually think I remember saying, flipping, fair play. It was, I think, at the, remember the round robin in Girtwood?
Yeah.
I think it was there I was talking to him. Well, what about him? And he says, he's thinking of turning pro and whatever. I says, well, flipping, fair play to him. So were you approached by any promoters or managers or really, or?
Well, it was sort of he said, she said, and then I think Connor Quinn says something, and then Jamie got on to me then once Connor sort of spread the word that I was interested in.
Connor Quinn was a Clonard boxer as well, wasn't he? Yeah. I remember when he turned pro. I also remember we were up in Clonard. Who did I have up? I had a girl up, and was it young Oscar, maybe Logan, and Connor Quinn was heading to Australia.
Yeah, that's where he went pro first.
Yeah.
I think he only had 2 fights or something in Australia, and then he had loads of problems. He had a big problem with a brain scan, and he overcame it, and he's doing very well. He's headlining this bill I'm on, so
yeah,
he's doing well for himself.
Very good. No, Connor's good as well, and a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Like outside of boxing as well. So you signed with Conlon Boxing.
Yeah.
Who are renowned kind of locally here in like Irish boxing and stuff as well. The good opportunities and good chances there.
Yeah.
With them.
Definitely.
And obviously Connor helped you. Connor lined things up there for you there, but did anyone else kind of approach you with it? No, or just
it was sort of really it, to be honest, and it was the one I wanted.
Yeah.
So it was ideal. Like, I went and had a chat with him, and it was everything I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
About going pro.
Yeah.
Just all played out for me and worked. So.
Because again, what others might not know is there's a connection with Clonard and the Conlons as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, so Mick had boxed for us when he was a wee kid, and then he went and boxed wherever else, and he was sort of stuck for a club when he was at that top level. He was stuck for a club, so he was in training in the club. He would have been in the club all the time, making weight and training and taking over, and he was boxing for Clonard at the time. He had won the Worlds, and he went to the Rio.
Yeah.
So.
Class.
But even as well, like, see all the club shows and all I would have been on as a kid. Just loads and loads of photos of me and Jamie and me and Mick, and they would have always come around and been in the club, and it's good. They've been good to the club, and they would have come around to my granddad and all. My granddad would have actually lent Jamie and Mick and their brothers all headgears when they used to box.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they used to call around, and they've known me for years, and I just thought I'd rather have somebody, I sort of can trust.
That's it. And that's it. Because that is some of the pitfalls with pro boxing. It's like people are out to just get and take what they can. So to be around people that you trust, and that you have faith in is massive. The mindset shift from the amateurs to the pros. Have you transitioned to that yet, in the sense of you're not going to box for medals now, we're boxing for purses and...
Yeah. Well, I'm not really trying to think, like, I'm just trying to think about me and what I can do to improve. I sort of think I've got better already, because I've just got more time to work on things and really drill stuff, and I have 6 weeks now to my fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6 weeks to a 4-day competition. you wouldn't even know the competition was on yet.
That's right. That's true.
You know, it's all last minute, and you find out, and you have to make weight every day. And whereas this, I've got everything planned out, everything set in stone, and I know what I'm going to do when I'm going to do it. And to me, it's a lot better that way.
Yeah. And where are you training now? Gearing up for your debut.
I'm training with my dad, so we're training mostly in the club, but training in a few other gyms, you know, we are people and seeing how I'm feeling.
Very good.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the change.
Enjoying the change, the process, and it all is a journey. What does success look like for Jamie Graham as a professional boxer over the next 10 years? So within 10 years, if we say, let's even go 5. Let's even go 5 years. We come back and we sit down here and we recap what you've done. What's your goal? What's on your vision board, kind of, for yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, I would hope to have won the Irish, Celtic, British, possibly Commonwealth. So I don't want to do the route to where fight for all of them and have a go. So it's probably
you want to go through it the right way.
So the goal for now is probably the Irish title.
Yeah.
And build from there and try win as much as I can.
And your dream venue, if you could take anywhere to box, where are we going? Where are we all going to see Jamie Graham in his dream venue?
I would love Casement. If Casement gets done, I would love Casement.
Yeah.
Because it's local.
What's
Falls Park possibly as well.
Falls Park's a good one as well. Yeah, it is. I had, whenever I was looking after the pro ones, I had a boxer boxing the Falls Park. It was good.
I was probably at it.
Yeah, you probably were.
Ones,
probably were. Who headlined that night? Paddy McCrory.
Yeah.
Paddy fought.
Sean
McComb fought as well. That's right. I was working with James Freeman at the time. He was on really early, but we stayed right through.
Well.
Connor did fight on it. That's right. He did. He did fight on that.
That was the last Falls one, I believe.
Would have been. Yeah. What's the lay of the land looking like for Casement Park? Because that has been in the talks for a long time now, hasn't it? It's like,
I don't even know what they're doing with it, and it's weird. The bar now is still open. It's
right.
I don't know what they're doing with it. It's all over the place. Is
it looking like, this is the thing I suppose that everyone's kind of wanting to know, like, is it looking like a possibility, or is it just going to be something that's going to just continue to be an idea and talked about?
I don't know. I'm not sure they were supposed to do it for the World Cup coming here. But I don't think there's a chance of that. Or the Euros coming here, but I don't think that's happening, so
no.
I don't know where they're going with it, but hopefully it gets done. Well,
pull your fingers out and get this sorted. World title in Casement Park. Sound good, does it?
It's the dream.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're making your debut. Where and when is it, and how can people get to you?
Well, it's in the Waterfront on the 27th of February, and tickets will have to message me for a link because all my tickets are gone. So online, I've got an online link, and people are looking at tickets, message me and I'll get them.
So for people watching this who maybe don't have you on the socials or anywhere or not sure how to get you, where can they find you? How can they get in touch with you?
All social medias, just my name. Search Jamie Graham, you'll find me. So.
And that's on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook, and even TikTok.
Yeah. And while they're on it, give Clonard Boxing Club a follow as well.
Boxing Club a follow as well.
Brilliant. Jamie, I'm going to try something here with you, right? And I want to kind of test your reactions, right?
Right.
Mental reactions. I'm going to fire these at you quick. And Jack, do you want to set a wee... in fact, no, don't. I'll kind of count it in my own head. I'll fire these at you quick, and you answer me these as quick as you can. Right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 or 7 of them, right? Right. So I'm going to fire these at you quick. Are you ready?
Ready.
Right. Favorite boxer growing up?
Got it.
Hardest sparring partner?
JP.
Walkout song?
TNT.
Best advice you've ever been given?
1% every day.
Oh, very good. One word to describe yourself in the ring?
Talented.
Belfast or Vegas?
Belfast.
Absolutely. Very good. That was good.
Quick.
And here, when we talked about this at the start, you were scared of muttering and mumbling and stuff.
Oh, too bad.
You got through that there rightly. So you did. So obviously, Jamie, you have come through the process from a young kid at 4, right up till now, turning pro, right about to make your debut. By the time this goes out, it'll be probably 4 or 5 weeks,
Right.
until you're stepping in there on the waterfront. For any young kid, not just in West Belfast, but across Belfast as a whole and further afield, watching you, maybe inspired by you, what advice would you have if they're coming to you and looking to start the box? What would your advice be to them?
Just try to get better. Just do everything you can to get better. Don't worry about other people and am I going to beat him or whatever. Just work on yourself and try to get that goal of improving every day at 1%, and just every day trying to get better than yesterday, and every time you spar, get in. Don't get in the spar. So that's one thing I hate, get people getting in the spar and trying to win the spar. Get in the spar and work on yourself and working on things, and then when you fight, implement that in your fight. It's all about learning and just trying to get better every day.
It's all about learning. Try and get better every day. Every day is a school day, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It definitely is. Have we any sponsors on board? Or
Loads
are
of
we on
sponsors.
the... You've loads of
Doing very well
sponsors?
with sponsors, yep.
Do we put you on the spot here and try and get you to call them out?
I can get my phone up and call
Go
them
for
if
it,
you
go for it. We might as well.
want. Find it.
We might as well. Give everybody a plug.
See if I can get it up here. Might get a sneak peek of my shorts here as well.
Oh. Who's doing your shorts for you?
Boxing.
Boxing, yeah, good. Their stuff's very good.
So we've
it's
got-
just the shorts. Oh, here we go.
Green City Contracts. JGM Group. Let Me Entertain You. RVD Contract. Lucky Stars and Belfast Pasts.
There you go.
Got a few others, but they're the main ones.
And I probably shouldn't have took a look over your shoulder there, but I did the look at the shorts. They
Yeah,
are
sure.
class looking. Unbelievable.
So
Did you get a wee top or anything with it, or are you just
yeah,
going? Yeah,
and just no t-shirt. Just
Yeah.
got a black t-shirt. I was going to get blue, no to go with the blue, but
yeah,
I prefer black, so
Yeah.
it'd be nicer.
class. Well, Jamie, I know training is busy and you have to make tracks to get back up to Belfast and get stuck back into training ahead of your pro debut. So I'm not going to keep you much longer, but thank you very much for coming on. The very, very best of luck. As I say, I'll definitely be following you, following the journey. I'll continue to do it, and hopefully big world titles and back to Belfast around the waist of Jamie Green.
Hopefully, one day.
Yeah, and a wee one for the dad and the uncles and all and whatever else. Do what the others couldn't.
Yeah.
Jamie, thank you very much, mate, for coming
for
on.
having me.
All right, and all the very best in the future. Guys, that was episode 1 of season 2 with Jamie Graham, and I have to say, I am absolutely buzzing for this, for him making his debut and watching his wee journey unfold. So, he's give you where you can get him on the socials. Continue to like, follow, and subscribe to us as well, and also drop into the messages who you want to see on here next, and we will do our best to get them on. So until next time, see you later.